Yo, what up? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I got a quick little hitter for you guys. So I might post a lot of things on Instagram where I'm very passionate about my opinion. However, that does not mean that I'm judgmental towards a person or a group of people that feel that certain way. And why do I think this is important is because people don't know what they don't know, right? I think the way I think because I have very opinionated opinions on things that have happened to me in my life, and the outcomes of those things have swayed me to believe the way I believe. And other people have completely different lives, and there's no benefit to me not liking a person because they had different experiences than I have had. So a great example of this, let me tell you a quick little story, is today I was helping my dad move some stuff out of his house. He just sold his house, and there was 2 panes of glass that I was holding, and I was already super sketched out because if you know about mirrors, it was a mirror specifically, not just glass, and if it breaks, it's super fragile, and that shit is going to be sharp and is going to be in your hands, and I didn't have any gloves on or anything, and it was about yay big, and it was very thin. It was 2 panes with each other, so eventually a wind gust would come in and it would catch the glass, and it would kind of shake it. Very sketchy. But then I didn't want to hold it too close to my chest because I didn't want to break it with the pressure in my chest either. So it was super sketchy. Anyways, it didn't fit in my car, so I brought it back in the garage. My dad's holding the glass, and I see him holding it out in front of him, and I'm like, hey, just watch out for the wind. It's kind of sketchy. And he's like, what are you talking about? And all of a sudden, the wind comes and gusts and grabs it, and he goes, oh, shit, that's what you're talking about. And that's my example, is he could have never understood what I was talking about through me describing it. It was not as impactful as me telling him why I thought it was sketchy. He had to feel that gust of wind hit the glass and almost break it in his hands for him to be like, oh yeah, that's what you're talking about. And in the dog world, maybe that means you getting bit by that dog, or you doing dog training for years that's just not working and you're struggling. You are not going to be able to understand someone explaining those things to you often unless it happens to you yourself. So that's why for me it's super important that, yes, be opinionated, but no, don't just hate somebody because they think a different way. They think a different way because they've lived a different life. And it does no good for people to just disagree because they think a different way. It's great to have different opinions because then we can bounce ideas off each other and bounce perspective. But when you just start saying, like I use prong collars and e-collars, when I just start saying people that disagree with that are wrong, then we get nowhere, and there's no shared perspective, and more important, there's just more angry people. So long story short, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. I think I added an extra no. You don't know what you don't know, I guess, until you know it. I guess it makes sense, but you don't know what you don't know, and it's so true in the dog world. It's just there's so many experiences that you could just never replicate or use words to explain to get the feeling of what the person experienced that feels. So have your opinions, but keep your ridiculous hatred out of it. Peace.